Hi all, thanks for joining this session. This is Avijit from Tata Consultancy Services, Communication, Media and Information Services Business Unit. Today I'm going to talk about key success factors for telecommunication providers to accelerate the path towards a digital future. It's around a 20-minute session. And acceleration obviously is a multi-step process and hence I have put in the agenda as follows. I will start off with the drivers, which is how the telcos are evolving. That will be the driver for digital transformation. Then the implications of that. What are the digital transformation areas where the telcos are investing on? What are the platform selection criteria for those different capabilities? And then the transformation patterns and the approach to transformation. This will be the agenda, and I will start off now with the evolution of telcos. Now, when we talk about the digital future, obviously it is very difficult to explain through one word what the future is, because the future is evolving because of the advent of various technologies, including network, cloud, and everything. But one thing is constant in this whole evolution for a telco is customer will be the center of everything. Hence, the digital experience will be a key focus area in this whole digital transformation journey, irrespective of what business model a telco follows. Now, talking about the business model will be obviously characterized by some features. There will be some characteristics which will define the future business model, and we are going to talk about that. The first one is a smart connectivity provider. Telcos have traditionally been connectivity providers. Connectivity services and solutions have been the significant revenue contributor for telcos. Now, as there is more investment in 5G, as networks are getting software defined, there will be a new suite of smart and intelligent connectivity solutions that telcos will launch. Some of these will address new enterprise use cases. Some of these will replace the existing products also. An example is SD-WAN. Similarly, IoT connectivity are some of the connectivity solutions that telcos are investing on, and which will contribute to play a very important role. The next part of this will be the smart services provider. Here, on top of the connectivity solutions, telcos will bring in digital products. An example of this is, if we look at some of the telcos like Rogers, Airtel, MTN, they have brought in banking solutions, which are vertical integrated solutions. They have bought in and they're offering that to their customers. Similarly, various managed services overlay on top of connectivity providers also fall into this category. And it is expected that this service line or this category will contribute to 50 to 60% of the future growth of telco revenue. The next of this is more of a partner and ecosystem focus. This is all about creating a marketplace or participating in a marketplace. There is already some of the telcos have invested on marketplace. For example, AT&T, Verizon, they have all invested on an IoT marketplace. Similarly, many other telcos are also investing on marketplace. And this marketplace provides them an opportunity to bring in all solutions and devices, software platforms all together. So telco can have a bigger pie in this whole value proposition. There are also marketplaces which might be controlled by someone else, and telcos will have an opportunity to participate in that marketplace so that the other providers participants can use the telco service to define a value proposition for the enterprise. The last and fourth one is value creator. Here, the focus is on platform ecosystem. Everything is getting software defined. So software platforms are also provides an opportunity for telcos to leverage. And if we look at an example Telefonica, O2, Vodafone Analytics are some of the examples where telcos have launched data as a service and they have invested on data platforms. Similarly, there can be other platforms also where telcos can invest in the future and that will contribute to the revenue stream. Now, there are different studies, and each of these characteristics as promises to add from 30 to 40% of that future revenue growth. The relative position and relative contribution will vary from telco to telco based on which geographies they are operating, what is the relative position of the telco in that particular industry, whether they are the incumbent, whether they are the challenger, or whether they are a disruptor. Now that we have spoken about the driver, now let's talk about what are the transformation implications. So digital transformation implications is as the business model change, telcos have to invest on multiple capabilities, digital capabilities, to drive that business model change. And these business capabilities, if we want to group it into a few areas, this is how it looks like. At the center is network and cloud, then is products and services, then is subscription and monetization, then is customer experience and data and insights. Now, today we are not going to get into the details of network and cloud, but as all of you would probably know that as networks are getting cloud native, telcos are investing significantly as part of the network. There is a significant investment on cloud. In addition, telcos are building platforms on cloud. They are migrating their workloads, systems, applications on cloud. So that is definitely a huge investment area for telcos, which will underpin the digital transformation. Now, if we go into each of these areas separately, for the want of time, I will just be calling out the key capabilities for each of these areas. If we say products and services, what we spoke earlier is a new set of products and services would be launched by telco. It will not be a traditional two-sided business model, but there will be an n-sided business model, and there will be a big play for the partners also in that. And that will also lead to product proliferation. So telcos need to have a strong product lifecycle management capability to manage that products. They have to have a product catalog which will provide them the capability to launch products quickly, faster time to market, to bundle products quickly. Product performance management capability will help them to assess how the particular product is performing and accordingly make investment decisions on that product. And then partner catalog, because partners will become a key player in this whole product portfolios that telcos will offer. So how you integrate with partner catalog will also play a very important role. And that capability needs to be built. Now that we have talked about products and services, let's talk about subscription and monetization. So once you have defined the product, you need to sell the product, you need to fulfill the product, you need to invoice the product, and then you have to provide the in-life services for the product. And some of the capabilities here are sales automation, order management, revenue management, partner ecosystem management. Now, the sales automation is all about converting a lead or a prospect into a sale, providing that automated capability, a seamless experience to both their agents and customer to complete a sales cycle. There are a lot of investments happening here. Many transformation programs are focused on sales automation. It can be on the CRM space, CPQ space. There is significant transformation going on. Next is order management. Now, as the product portfolios will consist of multiple services and multiple partners, a new orchestration capabilities will be required. And also, along with this ability to orchestrate across multiple partners and multiple networks, order management should also provide the ability to give a unified status of the product so that it is centrally, the customer will know, or the internal function will know what is the status of the order. It should have ability to proactively manage faults so that the customer committed dates are maintained. Revenue management, people who are telcos who are investing on 5G would require the convert charging capability in the revenue management area to monetize the 5G opportunities. Similarly, collections, as an example, is another area in the revenue management where the telcos are investing in. And for a partner ecosystem management, this is all about onboarding partners quickly. How do you fulfill your sales process along with the partners for certain products, all of this. And there are various industry standards getting defined to enable that. Now, I'll now move on to the next area, which is all about the customer experience. Irrespective of the business model that telcos will follow, customer experience will play a key role in the whole. And customer experience is all about providing a very seamless interactions across multiple channels, across the different customer lifecycle stages. And the capabilities that the telcos will invest on all around digital experience, marketing, commerce, payments, digital care, and assisted experience, because all of this relates to an interaction from different channels. And the variance is from an experience perspective, telcos need to be more contextual engagement they need to provide, and there will be a set of capabilities that they will be investing on to enable that. Similarly, for digital care, similarly for assisted experience and all, there will be a new set of capabilities that telcos will be investing on. Now, data, we said, is a very important asset because that will help to become an intelligent enterprise. Now, traditionally, data obviously has been used for various business decisions in various functions, but now with the advent of AI ML, you can be much more predictive, and you can be much more insightful about your business, and you can imbibe that, integrate that intelligence into your business process. So there would therefore be investments on enterprise data lakes, customer data platforms, and then all the artificial intelligence and ML platforms. This is also a significant investment area as part of digital transformation. Now, we talked about the different business capabilities. We talked about the business drivers. Then we talked about what are the business capabilities that a telco needs to invest on. Now we will be talking about the next very critical path, that what are the platform or technology selection criteria, because that will define the time and how you can accelerate a digital transformation. And these are some of the selection criteria that we have called it out. For example, cloud native solutions provides the flexibility and also ability to scale. SaaS solutions provide the flexibility to scale up a solution quickly. Low code, no code platform provides the ability to do a change quickly, faster. It improves time to market significantly. Microservices enable modular design. Similarly, helps to improve scalability, to ensure that the design is modular, so you only change the areas that are required, and you can cut short your whole deployment and development cycle significantly. There are many industry solutions available which has pre-integrated processes and data model and all this. Adoption of that also will help into accelerating a transformation. Now, in this new future, the digital future, there will be a significant integration because ecosystem will become an important part, not only within the enterprise across domains, but also with external partners. And an open API-based standard integration compliant to TM Forum ODA will help telcos to accelerate faster because it will reduce the integration time significantly. DevOps is important because development, testing, deployment, all contribute to a significant amount in the development life cycle. And if you are automating that, that will help in accelerating. Security is key, because now that everything gets digital and is exposed over multiple channels, security has to be by design. And similarly, for scalability, digital is all about improving scalability. So everything has to be automated. You can't afford to have a manual workarounds. So these are the key criteria for selection of the platforms that will help to accelerate. Now that we have talked about the platforms, let's talk about what are the transformation patterns. How do you go about transforming it? And there are two broad areas. One is the incremental transformation. Here, there will be a continuous capability build and augmentation. For example, they can build a digital front end, then they can invest on a catalog or an order management, and it is an incremental build. There is also, and this is where most of the if you see investments right now are happening, but there is also a trend on greenfield transformation, and the scenarios where greenfield transformations are more common are when they are talking about launching a new product. For example, a new IoT product line is getting launched. Instead of building that onto an existing stack, they're building a new stack for that. Many of the incumbent telcos are launching a new digital brand to compete with the new incumbents, and they are building a new stack for that, more of an MVNO stature. Similarly, some are also have started investing on B2C and B2B, greenfield. There are a few examples in the industry today where people have adopted the greenfield approach for B2C and B2B transformation. Now that we have talked about the transformation pattern, what are the methodologies that telcos will take? Obviously, it has to be a iterative way. It has to be agile methodology. The times of a waterfall model is gone. You cannot afford to spend so much time on a large program. There has to be outcomes delivered much more frequently. And the approach here is starting with customer journey definition into the business capabilities, then into the new revised processes, and then the technology platforms, and then deployment and adapting the new ways of working. Now, the important thing is to, this process is the guidelines. Telcos need to start from where it makes sense. For example, if the journey is all right and the issue is on the business capability or in an underlying technology, the process can start from that, because that will help remove a lot of time in the initial design. People can start off with from that point of view, from that particular point. So just to summarize, the key areas for acceleration for a telco are, first, the business drivers is critical. Each telcos will have their own business drivers based on their business strategy. That has to be identified and that has to be finalized. Based on that, what are the key capabilities that a telco will need to invest on? Everyone has invested are in a different starting point because they have invested on various things over the say last few years, and that has to be taken into consideration to identify what are the priority areas for investment. Then where a new investment decision is made, either a new capability build augmentation, then it has to be what solution do you select to do that. And once that is done, whether incremental or a greenfield approach, and then following this methodology. So that's all what I had to cover today. It was a pleasure presenting this in this session, and I would be keen to hear your feedback or your reflections on this. Thanks once again, and have a great day ahead. Thank you.